Welcome back. You've probably seen me promote Distress Crayons in a couple different videos for putting mortar in brick walls and other brick items. And I've always shown using it like this, where I'll rub the dry crayon on the brick, pushing it into the mortar lines. Then I'll come back afterwards with a stiff, wet paintbrush and wet it down, because it's a water-activated pigment, and push it into the mortar lines like that. Well, that works most of the time, but I found a new way of doing it, especially in tricky circumstances. In this case, you actually wet the crayon before you rub it in. And I'll show you why I had to come up with a different technique. This is a cinder block chimney on a kit that I'm working on. But the mortar lines are not actually mortar lines. They're more like little dots. And as much as I opened up the lines, I couldn't get the Distress Crayon to stick in there. So it occurred to me that it's water reactive, so why don't I just get the Distress Crayon wet? And I tried that, and it worked great. So I just stick my Distress Crayon in my little water fountain. I use that for cleaning paintbrushes. And then I rub it on while the Distress Crayon is wet. And even with these very shallow and very irregular mortar lines that are laser cut into this wood, this seemed to push it in quite well. Much better than when I would apply it dry and then push it in with a brush. Then I just came back with my rag and wiped the wet Distress Crayon off of the surface, and it did a really good job of staying inside the mortar lines. I don't know why I've never tried it this way before. I rarely had a problem using it dry and then using a wet brush to push it in place. But this method seems a lot easier, and I think I'll probably use it this way from now on. I've used these to put mortar in bricks on laser cut wood, plastic, and resin. And I think this method will probably work better on all of those cases, even when you have nice deep mortar lines. And it just seems to be a lot easier. So if you use Distress Crayons for putting mortar in your bricks, I hope this will help you. And I want to thank you for watching.